The Chiefs-Bills game broke viewership records, drawing in 31.2 million eyes. That is more than opening week against the Ravens. Now those fans look to see if the reigning Super Bowl champs can bounce back and regain their momentum in Carolina. Will they do so with their star running back potentially rejoining the troops? Let's break down all the Chiefs headlines from around the league now. What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Wednesday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and you already know it. This is Chiefs News Daily. We got a lot of NFL fans that are probably excited that the Chiefs lost, but what they don't realize is that they have awoken a very vengeful Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes, after losses, has gone 25-4. That's the regular season and postseason combined, since taking over as a starting QB back in 2018. That means the back-to-back Super Bowl champ wins 84% of the games after a loss. Let's discuss the Chiefs' Week 12 road trip and some trending headlines now. But first, give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get into this one. All right, it is the return all Chiefs fans have been waiting for. Will running back Isaiah Pacheco play this coming Sunday against the Panthers? Well, head coach Andy Reid gave reporters a little bit of an answer this morning.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see on both those two. Charles and him kind of go through the practice, see where we're at this week, and we'll go from there. But, just have to see. Day by day type thing. He's a spark plug now emotionally. He's something that way, and he's worked his tail off to get to the point that he's at now. And so we've got to keep an eye on him that way. He would have played 3 weeks ago, if he had his choice. But that's sometimes how it goes. I appreciate that mentality. That's what's helped him, like I said, get to this point. Yeah, both of them took all the scout team reps, so they did a nice job, and I thought I got some productive work.
Other good news. All players are going to practice today, including Pacheco and defensive end Charles Omenihu. Coach Reid lumped Omenihu into his answer about the third-year running back, saying the defensive end is also in a wait-and-see, kind of a purgatory right now. One more update on the injured players. Big Red also spoke about wide receiver Hollywood Brown.
Making very good progress. I can't tell you time when he'll be back, but he's another one that is excited to get back out here and get going. So I appreciate the way he's approached this whole thing.
All right, Brown has been sidelined since the first preseason game after dislocating his SC joint. Hollywood signed a one-year deal worth up to $11 million this past offseason. The veteran receiver had surgery and then landed on the injured reserve at the beginning of September. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that the Chiefs, quote, haven't totally ruled out a return for Hollywood Brown at some point, and, quote, Kansas City coaches have been checking in with him, and the picture should become more clear over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Now, Brown, of course, got the people going by adding a little bit of fuel to that fire yesterday afternoon, posting a very simple clock emoji to his Twitter account. Well, before we get to the remainder of today's press conferences, here are a few updates that you need to know. Now, yesterday, we broke down the addition of Tyquan Thornton with ESPN's draft analyst Matt Miller. Just hours later, the Chiefs announced their corresponding move. Kansas City is going to part ways with one of their draft picks from the 2021 draft class. Matt Derrick with Chiefs Digest says that the Chiefs have released wide receiver Cornell Powell from the practice squad. Of course, that's the corresponding move for adding wide receiver Tyquan Thornton to the practice squad. The NFL transaction report confirms the move. The former Clemson grad was selected in the 5th round by Kansas City, 151 overall, and he has spent the majority of his Chiefs career on the practice squad. Now, the wide receiver has played just 3 offensive snaps and 28 special team snaps, all of which came in the 2022 season. However, this news isn't necessarily the end of Powell's time here in Kansas City. The 27-year-old returned to the Chiefs roster after the Super Bowl, but he actually didn't make the 53-man roster after training camp. He didn't make the initial practice squad either, but he got the call to return after Rashee Rice suffered a season-ending injury. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is possible that Powell will get the call again from the Chiefs if the injury bug keeps biting. All right, with that, let's head to the podium now and hear from the rest of the team. Head coach Andy Reid and quarterback Patrick Mahomes, like usual, spoke on Wednesday. We're going to kick things off with Big Red, followed by QB1.
Yeah, so offensively, they obviously have a good running back and a good quarterback. He's playing good football right now. Wide receiver, 17 is a heck of a player. And they've got a very good offensive line. So they're moving the football the last couple games, and then very well. And then Defensively, it starts with their front. They've got a good defensive front. Their linebackers fly around. We know one of them from Denver, Jewel, so he knows that defense, and he's the one that's kind of heading things up there from that standpoint. And then their secondary, they got 2 good corners and 2 good safeties. They just got 20 back, so they have a lot of trust in him, and he's a good football player. Yeah, there are things, little things here and there. It could be him. It could be not being able to see it. Just where the way the defense is playing it, whether it's possible pressure, situation there. So it's been a variety of things, but it will happen. It'll click here. And he sure had a nice game though. He was positive in that last game. Yeah, the guys. Listen, our attitude is great. Those guys have been. They want to get better. They want to learn. It's always been that way. So since they've been here, and that game, good football team, gives you that experience. So you take and you learn from it and you move on. I mean, I'm not going to go. I can't go through everything there, but as far as that, but they're receptive to it, and the best part is they'll go try it. So that's the important part.
I mean, yeah, we have a lot of veterans, so they know what we need to do, but obviously a loss kind of heightens everybody's attention to detail. I think that'd be the biggest thing. But at the same time, we know it's a long season. You lose a football game here and there, but you try to learn from that and try to be better the next week. Yeah, I mean, I think you said it. I think it's going to be us trying to hold him back because he's a guy that wants to be out there as much as possible and he wants to play. But same time, he wants to win, and he knows the long-term goal that we have. And our goal is to get him back as quickly as possible, but at the best time for him and his body so that we can have him for the long haul. And so whenever that is, I know he'll be ready, and he'll be that Energizer bunny that everybody loves to see. Yeah, I mean, I think you've seen as the season's gone on that he's playing faster. He has more confidence. It's about me being on the same page as him. And I mean, I can sit here and we can practice it all we want, but until we start doing it in the game, there's nothing much more that I can really say about it. But I'm excited for it. I believe it's going to start happening, and once it starts happening, the offense is going to really take off. In season, haven't watched a ton of film on him, but just from the highlights that I have seen, I mean, a ton of big playability. Someone that is a big frame. I didn't realize how tall he was until he got in the building. I'm excited to see him on the practice field working, and I'm sure guys like Carson and them will give him chances downfield, and we'll get to see that speed. And so a lot of talent, a lot of ability, and I think it'll be good to get him worked in within the offense and see what he can do.
We also got to hear from wide receiver JuJu Smith-Schuster, who actually just went through training camp in New England with the newest chief, Tyquan Thornton, and linebacker Drue Tranquil, who talks about the team's morale and getting back on track against the Panthers.
It feels great. It's a great staff here taking care of me. They have a nice little program for me, being able to get me back out there and being able to be out there with my boys and just to play in that atmosphere was felt good to be back. Yeah, I mean, obviously he has a great opportunity to come here. For Tyquan, I think he's a great dude. Play with him in New England. Young dude, loves to work. Another guy who can stretch the field too, and you'll see him out there, doing his thing. So I'm just excited. He's here to be in the building, excited just to work and just to get it going.
Well, they have a ton of moving pieces, and what I mean by that, it seems like their quarterback situation was fluid, and they've got a lot of young pieces, some rookies at the receiver position. They've traded away some players, and so when you're trying to build a good team and a good culture, it takes time and guys playing together for a long time. They've certainly played better the last 2 weeks, and I think they're starting to gel, starting to mesh a little bit. You're seeing those young guys get comfortable. They brought some good pieces in on the offensive line in the offseason, so it's a good group personnel-wise, and we'll have to be on our X's and O's. Yeah, I got to disagree. I don't feel the dog days. We love it out here. We love it, and the sun's out, and it's a beautiful day in Kansas City, and I think we just have a ton of people that love to play football here, and they've done that through building the team the right way. And so we're excited to be here, be 9-1, top of the AFC with a chance, to host playoff games at home. And so we're looking at Carolina, man, trying to get this win and get back on track.
Alrighty, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. As always, we'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you back here on Thursday.